All right, so Matt, why do you like and why do you think that small family gardens are important?
Well, I own my own small family garden, as you can see over here. Uh, Family gardens are the future. Family gardens are healthier, and you can control what goes in them. And there's also no herbicides or pesticides involved. They're also cheaper and fresher.
All right, Matt, what do you think that the future of farming is in like areas like this and also in cities?
Well, the future of farming is family gardens. They are the future. They're healthier, cheaper, and fresher. Also, they're better for the individual because you can choose what you want in them. In cities that doesn't have as much room as we do out here in the mountains, you can use rooftops as your local garden as well. They need to put what they want in them. They can also use fruit and vegetable combinations as well. People need to use the land that they have for gardens.
Cool. Thanks, man. There's an example of a person doing a great job of doing a small family garden. They take really good care of it, and I'm sure they get a lot of produce from it. Like Matt said, there's a lot of things that like benefit everything from just having a small home garden. Your own personal health would be most likely better because, I mean, there's not going to be any pesticides or herbicides or anything like that on your fruit. You're able to choose whatever you grow. Like there's no limit to what you can or can't grow. It's all up to you. It's all in your own mind. The future of farming is really gonna rely on people doing their individual farms, because without people doing individual farms, they're not gonna end up getting as much produce as they need, just simply due to the fact that the price of everything is gonna go up. In cities and stuff, like buildings are taking over, and I mean, if you ask someone why they didn't or why they aren't growing any plants or anything, their answer is there's just no space to do so. But I think a lot of people would argue that there's a ton of space to do so. There's so much roof space that is usable. I mean, it would turn into, like, when you'd fly over cities, all you'd see is green because everyone would be able to plant what they need, grow what they need, just have everything. And yeah, I mean, there's just so many people out here who do small farms and stuff like that it's perfect. This is an example of a garden that has fallen into disarray. It used to be a small family garden that used to be very productive, but now it is not. There used to be snap peas there and lettuce there and a lot of other vegetables and stuff like that in the other areas, but now it's just completely overgrown with weeds. It still has a lot of dead plants from the previous few years. And yeah.
Whenever you're ready. Here's an example of how personal gardening can be used to recycle your old things that you would usually throw away. It gives things a new life. The old pallets here were put together to be used as a raised garden bed. Rooftop gardens are also being used more and more in cities and towns that don't have the available space needed to grow a large area of crops. These are very helpful to get people in those cities the fresh crops they want right there for them. There are very many different styles and ways of doing these special gardening techniques. This is an example of an upscale greenhouse that can be used all year and grow many different crops in those cities and towns.
Special thank you to Matt Peterson for letting us interview him and film him.
It's produced by Sean Biet and Tyler Philpott.